You are the director. Keep in mind, you have to keep this patient under control to narrow them into 1 minute. So let's begin with what not to do. This is very important, what not to do. If I go look at video testimonials on websites, this is what they usually start with. Oh, I couldn't eat, my mouth hurt, it was terrible. Then I went to this one dentist and, he overcharged me. And then, of course, my implant failed, et cetera, et cetera. And then if you watch long enough, at the very end, they say, oh yeah, now I can eat and I can chew and I think the doctor's great. Or the other one that you see with these videos, and this is what I don't want you to do, don't let the patient start with how wonderful the team is. Oh, it's the friendliest office, they're wonderful people, it's just a pleasure to deal with. I feel like they're my family. Now, even though this may be true, don't start the video there. As an old friend of mine said one time, I was preparing for a course about how to get patients married to your practice. And she said, are you kidding me? The dentist? This is what she says to me. She goes, when I go to my dentist, I never want to see him again. Right? See, people assume that you're going to be friendly and nice. That's a benefit. I believe in internal marketing. That means when they get there and you blow them away with kindness and you exceed their expectations and you get rapport and you build a relationship, and you give them some of the creature comforts they weren't expecting, maybe like warm towels or TVs on the ceiling or some, nitrous or whatever the case may be, that helps them out. But that's not what's going to motivate people to get off the couch when they're watching a video. I was at a lecture with the CEO of the Four Seasons. Now, it's actually the Ritz-Carlton. And the CEO of the Ritz-Carlton said, we're known for our customer service, but we never talk about customer service in any of our marketing. We talk in our marketing about the view, about the 1,000 thread count sheets, about the spa, about the restaurants within the Ritz-Carlton, about the great location. They talk about results, the benefits. So in these videos, because you're the director now, you want to begin with the benefits in mind. And you have to coach them. So I'm going to give you 3 simple steps. Step 1, you're going to tell the patient, this is only going to be a 1-minute video. I'd like you to begin with the procedures you've had done in our practice. Now, if they say, I don't want people to know what I had done, then you could skip this part. They could just say, and they don't have to be specific, I had a smile makeover at Dr. Jones' office. Or Dr. Jones gave me an incredible smile, if they want to be vague. It's nice if they could be specific. Like I had veneers at Dr. Jones' office, or I just had a fixed set of teeth, no more dentures at Dr. Jones' office, or I had 3 dental implants, now I could eat and chew at Dr. Jones' office. So step 1 is state the work they had done. Briefly, quickly, tell them 10 seconds. And if you go to the file vault, I'm going to give you a script where the patient, it's a director's script, storyboard, of what you want and expect from the patients. And it's easy to follow. Step 2, the benefits from the dentistry you performed. And you're going to give them ideas like, can you eat better? Do you smile more? Do you get compliments? I like to ask each patient to say, what are the 1 to 3 things that have improved since you fixed your smile? Well, I could drink cold things. I could have hot tea now. I could eat peanut brittle, right? So that's the strong stuff. That's a strong, powerful video. And then the ending of the video, step 3, how miserable they were. They could say they couldn't eat, they couldn't chew, they should, for 15 years, they were in total misery, whatever the truth is. But tell them also to be brief, because people don't know that patient and they can't appreciate the misery that they went through. It's like, it's the same reason why weight loss commercials, you don't see people say, oh, and my stomach was hanging over my belt, and when I walked, my legs rubbed together, and I had I had fatigue. That doesn't motivate people. You know what motivates people? When they show like a celebrity sometimes looking slim, or on some of these videos where people are buff or they're ripped abs. That's what motivates people. That's why we follow these steps and don't let the patients get too much on the misery. So briefly, step 3 on the misery. That means how bad it was before, briefly. And then step 4, this is the final step, how great the experience was at the practice. They need to be able to wrap this up in a minute. Now, if you tell them a minute, they're always going to go a minute and a half. And if they start going off on a tangent, stop your video, start from the top and tell them, hey, we are restricted. We need to keep this at about a minute and a half. And you're going to give them these 4 steps. And finally, you are the director, so you have to make sure they're smiling and talking. They have to be smiling. They're happy. Some people say, I have never been so happy. That doesn't work. I've never been so happy. I love my smile. I get compliments all the time on my smile. And by the way, I'm using passion and enthusiasm here to get my point across, but not everybody is that way. So even if it's a cool confidence, I could eat, I could chew. I should have done this 15 years ago. Very important. So when you frame the shot, you're holding your smartphone sideways. In my opinion, you got to play this at a meeting, each doctor should have a contest because the hygienist could get this, the front desk could get this, the assistant could get this. It's whoever hears the patient telling a story about how they're happy about their experience. That's a video right there. That's who you're going to target. If I met you a year ago, if you get 1 of these a week, 5 of these a week, your website is going to be on fire.